FAIITA is basically a federation of IT associations of Gujarat. Correct. So we started with FAIITA in 2008, and we decided that there is a need of an umbrella body which can be called as a federation, and wherein all the associations which are located in different cities can be brought to a common platform and represent the things in a proper manner. So we were the first federation in India. We would say that we established the first federation across India, and we brought in 23. I started FAIITA with 23 associations from different cities, and then today FAIITA is a 44 association federation from all A, B, C, D class cities. See, we have a system of only membership of associations. So in FAIITA, nobody can be a direct member. No individual or no company can be a direct member. Only the association can be a direct member. Right? So all the members of any association is an indirect member of the federation. So that is how the structure is worked out, and we have all the kind of people, like we have service industry, we have retailers, we have solution providers, we have media players, we have SIs, we have retailers, we have T2 partners. Everybody is the member of FAIITA. So Gujarat has been, a lead as far as the IT services industries are concerned, and there has been a lot of large organizations, those who are providing, like we have Udu sitting in Gandhinagar, we have TCS sitting in Gandhinagar, which is our capital. And there are so many, other companies. We have a complete setup which is very unique and very rare. Two complete setups which are very rare and very unique across India. One is GIFT, that is GIFT City, which is only in Gujarat, only in Gandhinagar. And we have all the finance tech companies which are working across the world are coming to this particular location and building up their infrastructures, their opportunities. They have started working from there. So entire ecosystem is already built up. The another ecosystem which is under the building up process is Dholera Sar. That is also in a very close vicinity to Ahmedabad, and the only two fabs of India which have started manufacturing the semiconductor from 28 nanometers to 90 nanometers have already started operations in Dholera, and by the end of 25, probably within 2 months, we'll be in a position to see the chips coming out of those factories. So the ecosystem driven by the government, we have a semiconductor mission driven by Government of India, which is purely focused on Gujarat mainly. And in and around Dholera, there will be a lot of ancillaries, those who are going to take place, and there are likely 2 more fabs also to come, with a 180-degree kind of a manufacturing span. Maybe 28 to 90 nanometers is the primary need, but we will have a lot of other electronic components, as well as the chips which are ranging to a broader range would be manufactured there. That is what we are foreseeing as of now. Well, technical manpower is one of the biggest challenge which we are facing everywhere. It's not only in Gujarat. I mean, of course, when you're talking specifically for Gujarat, we have that lacuna, because what we have understood is that then there is a lack of proper kind of bridge built between the academia and industry. So what is happening is that the students which are passing out through academia by doing engineering or their diploma or whatever it is, they are not being trained in an implant training, with the help of the industry, and so there is always a gap, and that gap is not being bridged. So the people, those who are, there is one side, there is a complaint, there is a
lack of skill,
that we don't have jobs. One side, the other side, there is a complaint that we don't have skilled manpower. So this needs to be bridged. So that is where the problem is, and in specifically in our industry, we are going to face this challenge even more, grave in the coming years, because this needs to be. There is a man drain which is happening. People are running away from India, probably because of this Trump's, weird decisions. Things have been reversed a little bit. Only 20% of the students have gone this year for foreign studies, rather than they've decided to stay back in their own cities and countries. But the thing is that this needs to be bridged. The students needs to be under NEP. Let me point out this, that under NEP, the engineers and whatever the kind of programs, educational programs they have introduced semester trainings, which are known as internships in between the semesters for 1 month, 1.5 month maximum. So my experience says, and even the industry's experience also says, that if you do a jumping kind of internships between the semesters, which doesn't give you a total exposure. I mean, a person takes 5 days, 7 days, 10 days to get settled in one organization, and even the organization people also takes time to accommodate that particular person within the ecosystem and allocate in some work, and by the time he's settled a little bit in the job, then his internship is over and he's to get out of it. So that's not the way. That's the only way is that the last semester for the full 6 months needs to be allocated for the industrial in-plant training, wherein the person would get proper training, and then he can be absorbed, because he has worked continuously for that 6 months. He can be absorbed within the job in the same industry where he's taking up the training. So that will be a kind of a win-win situation for the student also, and for the industry also. So that needs to be changed. We are trying to reach to the government for this change in the NEP. And another biggest challenge which we are facing as of now is that the local manufacturing. So in electronics, today's figures, I mean the figures I have collected on 10th of November, just before say 3 days, it says that 67% of the electronics which are being used in the country are imported. So that's the big challenge, and people are, the government is draining revenue in foreign revenue. A huge amount of the revenue is being drained because of this particular. So there needs to be local manufacturing promotion, and there has to be a government program which would say that if it is make in India, the percentage which is right now 20-25%, they are giving mileage to local make in India or made in India products, that they should be given a preference of, say, today there is a preference being given of 20-25%. That should be raised to 50%. And if it is done, probably these kind of manufacturing setups would,
start.
increase more. Well, government is keen doing these things. Earlier, this gap was, let me point out this also, that before 8-9 years, when I've had a meeting with the IT Secretary of Government of India, he gave me a figure of 90%. 90% import of electronics and consumer electronics, everything together. Today it has gone down to 67%. Government is targeting that everything should be manufactured locally in India, whatever is on the demand. So there has to be some spade work which is being done by the government, and they are doing it. But I believe that the pace which is to be adopted is not proper, not enough. I would not rather use word proper, but it is not enough, and that is why the things are not meeting the kind of requirements which are to be fulfilled. So that's the biggest challenge which today we have with industry is having with the coping up with the requirements. Yeah, well, VARINDIA event specifically is very well organized. I have noticed that, and there are a lot of new, the speakers basically, the new subjects which are being introduced by the speakers are very well done, very well organized, and people, those who are speaking, those who are delivering, they deliver the subject to the need of the day, So that is what I really appreciate as far as VARINDIA, because when you come to an event, you should be able to, for an individual, I'm not talking about me as any, organization representative, but if I'm coming here as a value-added reseller, to participate in this particular event, I should be able to take home something. And that is what you really get, from the entire event, this full day attendance. At least by attending this session for full day, you obviously and for sure take away something which are good takeaways, which will give you an insight of the industry, where it is heading towards, and what all things one SI or one retailer who is participating in the event should take home as an input. So that is something very good in VARINDIA event. Well, these kind of addresses, whatever the discussions we've had, you should be bringing in. Once I recollect that Deepak had called some government officials, and they've been, discussing. There were a discussion about, certain topics. So because your event is happening in Delhi, and if you can call up, a kind of, key decision makers, and let them have feedbacks from the government, from the industry. So there can be a bridging the gaps kind of an exercise which you can take up, and which will be, VARINDIA could be a very good platform, because FAIITA is always there, local other associations are always there, and they can give, we can arrange a small 1 hour kind of a round table with these key decision makers from government, and let VARINDIA become a flag bearer or a torch bearer for this particular event. So if you can do